to WRPB and WRPB Studios. You know, I talk about this all the time, that we all have a purpose. We're put on this earth to do something. And if we live our lives without giving back, we're really not living a full life. And I hate to be so serious, because you know me, most of the time I'm not that serious. But every so often, you got to bring things that are serious to the forefront. And with me is Marie Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the organization?
Soroptimist International.
Okay, so what is it, and what do you guys do?
It is an international organization primarily of women. There are a few hardy men,
Smart.
courageous, smart. And we work together to provide access to education for women and girls so they can achieve economic empowerment. And we do this throughout the world.
And it's funny because you and I were talking in the green room about how unfair it still is that women are not getting equal pay for equal work.
Mm-hmm.
And how ridiculous some of the other things that go on are. You know, we come from a different time.
Mm-hmm.
We come from a much better time, in my opinion. Okay, I think we had better music. If nothing else,
Oh, yeah, right.
we had better music. All right, so how long are you in this organization yourself?
I have been a Soroptimist since 1990.
Okay, why?
I was working, I was successful, and I felt a responsibility to give back, especially to women and girls.
What kind of work were you doing?
At the time, I was, let's see, I was in sales and marketing, but my background is a nurse.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So, just so you know, because I spoke to you about losing my lung function,
Mm-hmm.
it's, people think it's the doctor, but it's really the nurses that really are the heroes and the angels. A lot of times I've found the nurses know more than the doctors. Okay?
We've trained a lot of those doctors, believe me.
Right, because they come in for 5 minutes to talk to you, but it's the nurses that really keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can give the ability to get that education, okay, you're saving tons and tons of lives.
Yes.
Okay? And I don't think people notice that. And I think nursing has now come so far ahead of where it was.
Yes.
And I think that I deal with an organization called Wheels from the Heart. We give cars to single moms.
Mm.
And I remember this lady, she had 3 kids. She was going to nursing school, and she had to leave because she had to take care of her kids.
Correct.
She had no car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we gave her a car.
Mm-hmm.
She's finished nursing school and is now an RN in Delray Medical Center.
And that is what Soroptimist does through their Live Your Dream program.
You know, what a blessing it is that for people to help other people.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's hard because today's day and age, everything's a fortune.
Oh, granted.
And just getting by with the basics is tough.
Mm-hmm.
So then people who have great intentions to be nurses and so many other, areas of business that they can't get into. And one of the reasons that I'm a proponent of this stuff, I remember my grandma. My dad's mom and my mom's mom.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's mom, old-fashioned, stayed at home, baked, took care of the house. My mom's mom was very high working in a government agency.
Mm-hmm.
She was a supervisor. And I remember she used to take me to the office on days that she could in New York. And she'd take me to Macy's and get me custard.
Good memories.
I remember those days. Yeah, I can't remember that for 5 minutes ago, but I remember those things. So you joined the organization to give back.
Yes.
Okay. And I know for me, nobody helped me when I started, so it was my goal that if I ever become successful, help others. And that was actually, for me, a winning formula. So when you say, because you're wearing a bunch of pins there.
Yes.
And I asked you what they were. And I guess there's different parts within the organization.
Yes.
So what are some of the parts that the organization carries?
The organization is organized into 5 federations throughout the world.
Okay.
But everything starts with the original club. It's a very grassroots organization. Everything comes up from the club level to the federation level to the international level. So clubs, while they're involved locally, all right, with things like Live Your Dream, Dream It, Be It, our different programs, they are also participating in the international programs of leadership through education. First of all, just by being a member, but secondly, by their support of the programs and promoting Soroptimist.
Okay, so I have to ask you this because this is on my mind. When you support, your first leg of support is to join.
Correct.
Okay. Then do you volunteer for some other programs?
Yes, we ask that our members work on at least 2 committees within the club, whether it's fundraising, membership, public awareness, or our programs. We also mentor our members to become club leaders. Then those club leaders we mentor to go on to our region leadership, eventually to the federation, and some of them go on to international leadership.
Okay, so your club is in Stuart.
Yes.
Okay, and that's Stuart, Florida, in case you didn't know. So you've been, I guess, does one have to live in the area?
No.
To be, okay. Is there an age limit for someone to join?
No.
Okay. And I'm sure that there's no gender bias here. You can,
Correct.
but it seems like more women join than men.
Correct.
So for guys, if you're smart, you would join, because nothing like being around more women than you get to do.
And it's a good way to offer your perspective. You know,
That's true.
sometimes when it's all women, we don't always think about the other perspective. So it's good to have you guys around.
And you know, it's interesting you say that, because people sometimes get mad when I say this. If women ruled this world, we'd still be in the Dark Ages. Men ruled the world, and we're in the crapper. We were supposed to rule the world together.
Exactly.
Okay? Because a man wants to buy a shirt, and he goes into the store with blinders, walks over to the tank, pulls the shirt off, and then walks out.
Mm-hmm.
A woman goes in, she sees everything,
Right.
and then she goes through the rack one at a time. Okay? We kind of hurry along the program. They do it more detailed. And sometimes you need that combination of somebody rushing you so that you can get stuff done.
Exactly.
You know, I've been around a lot of women my whole life, so I've been kind of lucky that way. And I've learned so much about women, and yet I know so little. And I think being around you guys as a male is a benefit. You'll learn stuff that you wouldn't know that you should know.
Right.
Okay? My mom always taught me, if someone's in your life, you should want them there, not need them. You need to know how to do everything. And I told you how I feel. I think that women got the raw end of the deal, and I get what you're saying, because things do change and things have to evolve. But there's something about opening a door for a woman that I think is just respectful, and I think
It is.
I think that we've lost a lot of that. Maybe not all, but we've lost a lot of it. And I'm hoping that what you said comes to pass, which means the pendulum swings back at some point in time.
Right.
To the
middle.
Where do you see the organization moving forward from here?
We are working very hard to raise money to improve Soroptimist over the next 10 years. We are planning on helping 500,000 women and girls by 2031. And when I gave you my card, that's the Federation task force that I work on. It's the Donor Relations Task Force. And that is to bring in interested people who want to support our mission. And so that is our goal, to help that 500,000 women and girls by 2031. And we're doing that through our programs.
How long are you on that committee or on that?
I just finished my first 2-year term, and I have been elected to serve another 2 years.
Do you think it's changed, not the program, but for the negative, meaning it's harder to get donors?
Yes. It's difficult to engage people to let go of the purse strings.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to show them how is it going to benefit them.
Right.
And as a result, in a way to do that, Soroptimist, about, I'm going to say 8 years ago, started an online way for women to, for anyone, to advocate for our mission. And it's called liveyourdream.org. And that increased our collective impact, so that when we talk to donors, it is not just our 30,000 members in our federation, but it is also all of our online members who will advocate for our mission, and if it is a commercial business, patronize their business.
Right. Well, some people don't know is content is king.
Yes.
And today, video content's king of kings.
Yes, it is.
So, I hate to say it, doing something in a newspaper or doing something in a magazine, that goes away. Okay? Your video is an asset, and it lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
When we were younger, people would say, well, make sure you be careful what you put in your pictures because it stays forever.
That's right.
Okay? Well, it's also a benefit if you use it properly.
That's right.
You know, so I kind of get that. When you, like, is this full time for you? Is it really?
Oh, no. No, I'm involved in many other community aspects.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guess that one helps each other in a way.
Only by the fact, if I talk about Soroptimist at the Elliott Museum where I volunteer,
Mm-hmm.
or I talk about the Elliott Museum at Soroptimist.
Right.
In that respect, yes. You know, I sing in my choir, I'm on my village board. I've been accused of having more than 24 hours in my day.
Boy, do we get that. We got to have a time. How do people find you? Do you have a phone number?
Yes.
Do you know it by heart?
973-495-9522.
And your website?
Our website is info@soroptimistofstuart.org.
That's actually your email.
Actually, no, it's www.info@soroptimistofstuart.org. Our email is sistuart@yahoo.com.
Wow. Everybody, if you don't give back, you're not going to get back. And I know it kind of sounds weird. I'm doing this industry 30 years. It didn't exist. And I believe the success of this, besides the people that I keep around me that I'm blessed to have, is the fact that we give back. And you always have to give back. We run a business, so we're not a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And we do it in a way that others can't, because our needs are not greed. Okay, we see the blessings in other people, and as long as we don't go in the red, we're good to go.
That's right.
You know, so with that, everybody, check them out, and we'll be right back. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Everybody have a great day. We'll be right
Yes.
back.